All right, we are live. What's up, everybody?
What's up, YouTube?
Coming straight from the dungeon.
That's it.
Got the man, the myth, the legend, Trent. We're gonna have a couple guests on here, I'm hoping. I don't think anyone's watching yet. We'll let it build up, but we're gonna talk about the Oxford practice. It's gonna be a bunch of super matches there. I have one.
Who are you pulling?
I'm gonna pull that giant, that Alex Kurdecha.
Okay.
He looks pretty unbeatable, but you know, I just like to have fun. I like to pull crazy guys that are hard. That's my style, you know. It's okay if I get smashed, I get smashed. But sometimes you fucking shock everybody. Damn, look at this nigga jacked up.
And look at me. I pulled Dylan Cobb at my practice. So I mean, outweighed me by 65 pounds.
Hey, we'll announce it in a little bit, but I'm pulling Niles Anderson at Bike Week.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna be a good war, huh?
That should be a damn good war.
Hopefully, I'm gonna get in good shape. I'm trying right now to get in shape. All right, let's go to the Hangout chat. You got the chat pulled up by chance?
Now, give me 1 second. I got to do my last set, and I'll go in there and put up on the computer.
All right. What's up, everybody? Looks like we got a couple people watching.
Did you see where Daniel and Carl were starting practices up again?
Yeah, you know, let's talk about that real quick while we join in. I don't really like all these people hosting practices. Because here's my theory on it. And I'm not talking about what you're doing, Josh. We'll address that in a little bit. I'm just talking, yeah, I support Daniel and Carl hosting their own practice, of course, right? But maybe we should be combining practices, you know, because what we're doing is we're getting like small isolated groups when we could have 20 dudes at a good practice because all y'all are so close, you know. There's a Middleburg practice. There's a Carl and Daniel practice. And then what's the other one nearby? Austin Wade has a practice. So, and you know me, I'm all for more arm wrestling, the better, but you guys got too many practices. Y'all should be practicing together.
Well, see, the problem with Chuck's for me is it's on a Thursday night, and I live a pretty good ways from him, believe it or not, the way I got to go through traffic.
I like that y'all have one every night. It's just when I see that, I'm like, fuck, man, it's like impossible to make it to all of them. And all you guys could train with everyone if y'all work together a little more. But, you know, I know, right? I got an opinion on everything. That's my problem.
Luckily for me, Daniel's going to only host his every other Friday. So what I can do is I can hit his every other Friday and then hit Austin's, you know, the Sundays I don't go to Daniel's. So I'm still able to pull with Austin and with Daniel and Carl. So it works out great for me. Some people I can understand, but for me, it works out great.
Can we address something real quick? Josh.
Yo.
This beard you're growing.
I like it.
We're going to just ignore this right now. You're going to hop on my show with this beard. And let me see. Give me the side profile.
It's terrible.
No, it looks good. I like it.
Making me grow it out.
Good. Who is your girl?
My wife, yeah.
That's right. You better.
A little patchy.
It looks good. It looks good. You damn sure ain't gonna duck that beard though. That was the elephant in the room. Let's see. I'm sending the link to a couple more crazy dudes on here. Sometimes I like to just get someone that's absolutely, you would never think they're going to be on this show to be on here, and it ends up fun.
Well,
the theme of this real quick, we're going to talk about this Oxford practice. After I just gave a lecture on having too many practices, this is the one you should be going to.
I'll be there.
It is this Saturday. Tell us about it. Josh, if you don't mind, tell us kind of where it's at, and then
sure,
about the little individual matchups and just what's going on with it.
So we're dead center in the center of the state. The town is called Oxford, but we're kind of known for wild, where the truck where the truck stop starts, like on I-75 and the Turnpike intersect right there, right in the middle.
Right before Ocala.
Most central spot in Florida, I think. We're going to be basically from noon, 12 to 4, 12 to 5, however long I want to go. We got some inside room, 4 or 5 tables inside, a couple tables outside.
Let's slow down real quick. Whose property is this on? Whose house are we going to?
His name is Chris Sharp.
Okay. Does anybody know him?
He's the country boy that never competes, that can beat most
And
people.
he's retardedly strong.
Yes.
This seems to go. There's a lot of these guys, surprisingly, right?
You carry a pistol, you're pretty strong typically.
I guess.
That's a lie. I carry one all the time, and I'm weak as shit.
Absolutely.
No, this guy's a knife maker, a fence builder, so he's got a hand naturally.
And listen, dude, one time I smoked everybody these are some decent people out in West Virginia one night at a tournament. And some Amish kid, I'm not lying, with a Dutch boy haircut, lit me up. His hand was like a damn catcher's mitt. It was like a vice, and ended up losing the money, everything.
Yeah.
I was sitting there with my head down. He just smoked me. So hard work will get you somewhere with the hand.
That's true.
So who is this guy? He's your friend, your uncle, your cousin?
No, it's just a friend. He's the one that actually got me into arm wrestling because
Why does he want 20 weirdos at his house? Tell me, like, he loves arm wrestling?
Yeah, he just don't have time to go compete on the weekends. He got family stuff and business, crazy, and don't want to stand around all day waiting on he's only been to like 1 or 2 tournaments ever.
And you told us that not only is it a practice, but there's super matches.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and these are kind of some friendly Florida ranking type things.
Yep. So, and we can also do some other stuff if y'all want to do like a little single elimination bracket or something. Or we can do that.
I will help organize and run anything that everyone wants to do when we get there. So if whatever you're cool with, and if they want to do a little one-way like we did at the free party thing.
Yeah, like the Trent's house.
Yeah, I'll help with whatever. So I'm all for it.
But we're gonna have some burgers and hot dogs and maybe some chili.
Okay, does this cost money?
No,
it doesn't cost money. Okay.
We're hosting it. We want to do it once or twice a year at his house.
We'll have a bowl out there for donations.
There you go.
You want to contribute to him, but the man's still hosting a free party. How many super matches you got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I got a 176er that's wanting a match. If any of y'all out there, but I've already posted out there. Nobody seems to want a match here in Florida.
What's his name?
Who wants the match?
Yeah,
he just messaged me. I can't remember his name already. It's in my messenger. If I click on it, I think I'll lose you. But so I told him maybe day of we'll make a match happen for him.
We will, and let's do this too. I don't mean that I'm not taking over your thing, but anybody I would think that wants to show up and get a match, we can kind of try to pair you up and be matchmaker for you within reason.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say?
Of course. So I mean, I've actually paired up all of these matches that we have, with the exception of the first match. I'll tell you, Jordan Landry and Michael Atkins, left-handed match. That should be pretty good.
So
that should be a really good match.
Is your boy's name Kazi McNamara?
No.
Okay. Some guy said that's me in the chat.
Oh, it is. I don't know.
Okay. Tell us about the matches.
So first is the left-handed match. It's a good match.
Hold on. Let me pull up the
I think it's for a ranking. So I think Jordan's number 8, maybe.
A list of these. Okay. Go ahead. Let's talk about them.
Yeah. So Jordan and Michael. I don't know who the favorite is.
Jordan Landry, Michael Adkins.
Yeah. I think it's pretty even on that match. Good match.
Left hand. You know, I'm a Jordan Landry fan, but I'm gonna throw a little bit of I don't know. You know, I think it's Michael has the size advantage. Obviously, he's a monster.
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
Jordan's hand is a little bit better.
And Jordan's endurance is pretty good.
It is. And the thing is because he's not holding the peg, he is creating a lot more rotation into the hand of an opponent that already might have a weaker hand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like if these guys, if their hands matching up, it's amplified another couple percent. So I'm gonna give it to Jordan.
Yeah.
I think Jordan probably rolls him. And I like Mike Adkins. I think he has a good chance, but I think Jordan's been studying the game too much lately. He's figured to set up a little, and I think Michael's gonna need to make some adjustments to beat him.
Yeah.
It's just my opinion. I love these guys. I love both of them. And is this at a certain weight? No, they're no, they're obviously
super duper huge if Michael's in it. The next one I have is a guy probably nobody knows. He's one of my villagers. He's over 60. Chris Gallagher versus Kevin Sams, right-handed.
Hold on, Chris Caligari.
Caligari versus Kevin Sams.
Yeah, I know him. We know him, don't we?
Well,
Chris Calgary competes.
He's competed. He competes in the Masters.
I know everybody. I know every single person. So
no, he competes. If he does the novice, he always wins that too. But in the pros, he's kind of like right in the middle. But he only typically loses by top roll.
So Kevin can't roll shit.
No. I'm saying
it's like a freight train, but he can't roll.
So I'm thinking this is an incredible match. Chris has a lot of side pressure. The only question is can he finish Kevin's arm, which is very good.
Hey, let's pull this back because I want to do one revisiting it real quick before we get too far along. I'd like everybody to say, don't worry about the 3-2, all this. Just pick who you think will win. We'll revisit this after the practice, and we'll see who was right. This we'll start doing. Jordan Landry and Michael Adkins, the one you had just mentioned. Trent, who you got on that?
I'm gonna say Jordan 3-2.
Okay, we don't need to worry about the 3-2, all that.
Okay.
Are they all pulling best of 5? They're not. They might be mixed. So
I think it's 5.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna say Jordan as well. What's your opinion on that, Matt?
Got Jordan all day.
Okay, Josh.
I've never gripped up with Michael, so I'm gonna have to go with Jordan as well.
Okay. With Jordan unanimously, and the next one we were talking about, Chris Calgary and Kevin Sams.
Yeah, I'll lead us on that one. Chris Calgary is my guy. He's in my club. I know him. I've also pulled Kevin in practice. It's very close. It's 50-50, but obviously I got to go with my guy, Chris.
Okay. And I know Chris. Chris is no slouch. He's been, I believe, 2 or 3 of my tournaments.
Yeah. Chris is going to be slightly bigger.
I think I arm wrestled him once.
Chris will be 210 probably.
Somehow. I think we've pulled before in a tournament.
Probably. You probably top rolled.
I certainly would have tried if that was his weak spot. And I probably covered his whole thumb.
That's probably true.
All right, let's go to the next match because these are interesting. This is great too. These are great Florida matches.
Yeah.
Super competitive.
Yeah. The next match I have, I guess y'all didn't want to pick that one because none of y'all know who Chris is, but
I'll say I've seen Chris.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
But I pulled Kevin Sams a lot. So, I mean, I got to go with my boy Kevin because I don't know Chris. So, like you said, if you pull both of them, you say it can go either way. It's kind of hard one to judge.
Yeah, so I'm going to say Kevin fairly easily. And this is no shade to Chris. Chris may have leveled up. I think the last time I think I did pull him, but I think it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And for me, depending what shape I'm in, someone could feel great. They could feel, Kevin has a lane that I think is hard to get out of. And so I just see him maybe drawing him into it. It's not that he'll crush him or anything. I just think that I don't know if Chris knows the art to stay away from Kevin.
Chris just knows how to go sideways.
Okay. And it's gonna be incredible if we when
But
we
I'm hoping for an awesome match.
All right. So and you're going Chris on that. Matt, what do you got?
I've never pulled Chris. I've never seen Chris pull from my understanding, and I've never had a chance to lock up with Kevin either. So I don't want to give my opinion on someone that I've never felt on both sides of the table. So I'm going to go ahead and with this one. I couldn't tell you either one.
Okay, you better never give your opinion on a Devin Ware John Brezink match again either.
Bull. I pulled both of them.
Okay.
I'll say Kevin simply because at the tournaments, I've not had table time with him, but we've locked up in between matches. His hand's pretty stout. And from what I've seen him in his matches, when he gets that lock off to the side, it's kind of hard to get out of that position. So I'll call Kevin on this one.
That's the same thing I was saying. It's just that he has a sticky point.
Right there. When he gets in that position, I've seen even for instance, when him and Robbie went at it, if Robbie wouldn't have caught that flash and even on the flash flopper's press, he got caught, so it's that's my go-to for him.
Okay, let's go to the next match. What's the next one we got going?
All right, so we have I'm gonna butcher his last name. He's in my club. Joe Paparizzi.
I'll help you out. Hey, that's my cousin.
Hey,
that's Joe Paparizzi. Okay, he's an honorary member of this family.
He's our talker in our group.
All right, this is one of my favorite. You just have some favorite guys that show up once in a while.
That's him.
Joe is like my favorite. When he's there, I'm loving the whole tournament. My experience changes. I'm gonna tell you another guy. Him and Jason Kenny, Carl's cousin. Man, those two guys, Jason Kenny and Joe Paparizzi, might be the two coolest guys in arm wrestling, and we don't know it. Hey, they're every party we ever throw. All right, so you got Joe and Daniel Chauvin.
Daniel, yeah, he's kind of a newer guy.
Okay.
This is actually a left-handed match. Joe's more of a righty, but he hurt his right, and his left is actually overnight got a lot better. I don't know how that happened, but it's a fairly good match. I think I pulled them both. I think Daniel may have more options because I've seen him flop. He's got a good flop, but I don't know. Inside for inside, Joe may have that. It's close.
Okay. So you're going for Joe?
I have to go for Joe because he'll hurt me if I don't.
Okay.
Joe's got a good shot.
I can predict this one with 100% certainty that Joe will win this. Daniel, I believe, is maybe he might adjust too much, right? He might move around, be a little too bouncy. Joe is an incredibly strong dude if he feels good.
He gets a spot.
Listen, I've been in good shape a few different times. Not the best shape of my life, but good shape. Joe stonewalling me, holding me, telling me to just start, and I'm going 100%.
Yeah.
So I take a guy like you, Josh, and I pin him 3 times easily.
Yeah.
All right. When I pull Joe, we're dead set center on the table. So no, Joe has a. Now I've also pulled Joe when he didn't feel good.
Right.
So it depends.
Joe's strong right now, but again, you're probably thinking about his right arm. His left arm's in the past not been very good at all, but now it's coming up.
I think he's only pulled right. I assumed both his hands were. So his left actually isn't as good.
No, not typically.
All right, well then I may be wrong. I think that Daniel's just too fresh.
Yeah, he's still new. New.
But that's props to Daniel for taking the fight
That's right.
with a bigger,
I don't
older.
know. Bigger Joe. I mean, Daniel's probably 280 pounds.
But the frame of Joe,
Yeah.
Joe's built like a man that's worked 50 years in a field.
Yeah.
And had cheeseburgers along the way. What's our next? So what do we got? We all got Joe unanimously on here. Matt?
Yep.
You know the guys?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Joe because I had the same incident happen where I hurt my left. I've been better arm wrestling with my left since I started, and then when I hurt my left, all I could do was really train with the right, and that started actually equalizing to where I'm almost dead set with both arms on the table now, from what I could tell from the last match. So if you're saying that he injured his right, he's always pulled right, but now all of a sudden he's pulling left, and you're saying the other guy only has a flop that's really good. If he catches him, stonewalls him like he's done with the right against you, Brendan, I'm gonna have to go with your buddy Joe.
Listen, there's something to be said for hurting your arm, dude. I tore my right bicep.
Oh, absolutely.
Listen, I tore the right bicep tendon ruptured 100% off the bone. Do not use my right hand much for a while. I tried to pull a few things. I went in that time from when my right arm tore from unranked in the hook rankings to 18 to 15 to 10, all the way up to 8th in North America. And that was just because I was using my left arm for everything. Now, of course, like over having a couple matches, it just got weaker and more tore up and injured. And I slid down to whatever. But there's something to be said for being injured and using that other arm all the time. You will see gains in that. And even if it's just arm wrestling with that one more, maybe you still have both function in daily life, but you're just giving that right a break forever. So yeah, you're right. There might be something to it, but the other flip side of that is Joe's left might be absolute dog shit, and we don't know it. And Daniel lights him up. Is Daniel's left good? Daniel's left
is pretty good. I'd say it's just under like Michael Atkins. They train together.
Okay. Good. Then that's a really competitive match. Then I would say.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna still go ahead and go on that.
All right. The next one I got is Dylan Cobb and Josh Webb, right-handed.
This is my favorite one.
Right-handed?
Right.
I personally, I don't like either of these guys. Okay, so I hope they both lose. They're both sketchy guys in my book. No, I'm kidding. These are some of my best friends. So I would say, play and how many rounds? Give me the full details.
5 rounds.
Right hand?
Right. Loose rules.
Loose rules.
Loose rules. Okay.
I mean, that's the only way we do it at practice, right?
Okay, yeah. Let's roll with it. We're about to get strict. Let's have some fun. Let's have a street fight one last time.
Oh man, that's.
Hey, call Trent. Hold on.
That gives Josh a better chance, in my opinion. But
yeah,
picking Dylan all the way.
Trent's having some technical.
Too much hook power. Too much containment.
I'm gonna go ahead and say, who do you have? I'm sorry.
I got Dylan.
You got Dylan. All right, Dylan beat me at Mayhem. But in all fairness, my only win there was over the winner. I beat Bedwell and then fizzled out. I cracked Jason Manning too, but I lost, I think, to the next 7 or 8 people, and one of them was Dylan. We had a good war. Me and Dylan had a good war. So he does know how to arm wrestle. He knows how to adjust. Josh Webb is just coming back, just getting healthy. He had some health issues. So I don't think Josh Webb is the 100% old Josh Webb. That's the truth. So I think we're going to get like an 85% Josh Webb, and that's if he's at 100% now, right?
Well,
Next year.
Dylan's 85% right now as well.
Yeah.
He's
And
been chewed up.
oh man, this is a good one. I'm gonna go. I think Webb's gonna beat him.
Just now that you've said that, I'll go ahead and tell you that Dylan beat Josh's better arm already last tournament.
Why would you tell me that after I just?
So on the recap, he can tell you, hey, listen, I told you.
Well,
it was after, but I told you.
I just think that the way they're not the same weight, right?
I don't
They're
know.
roughly the same weight.
They're about 240, both of them.
Okay. You know, it's a crapshoot, and I think Dylan's the favorite, and I think Dylan might win, but I just want to say Josh because he's sick. He was sick, and he's coming back to being healthy. So I'm rooting for him just as because it's his comeback.
There you go.
That's where I'm giving the edge to. Who do you got? You got Dylan. Trent?
That's a hard one. It really is. I mean, I pulled Josh a few weeks ago at practice, and he is feeling super, super strong. But I've also had a super match with Dylan, so I know how strong he is. And I feel like Dylan's possibly been training a little bit harder than Josh.
Dylan's no slouch, dog.
That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, I'm kind of leaning more towards Dylan, but I think it's going to be a dogfight, no doubt. I think if they're pulling 5 rounds, I think it'll go all 5 rounds. But I feel like Dylan may pull out the win. But if I had to put a percentage on it, it's like 55 to 45. I mean, it's close.
Okay.
Be really close.
So who you giving it to? Webb?
I'm gonna give it to Dylan on this one.
Oh, to Dylan. Okay.
I think Dylan will win through stamina. Like I said, Josh has been training. Like you said, he's been sick. He hasn't been training very, very consistently. So I know Dylan has been. I think Dylan's been coming and pulling with y'all, hasn't he, Josh? So I mean, I'm sure he's putting in the time and the work. So I feel like he may beat him just on stamina. I think Josh will get blown up a little too fast. I think Dylan will take the win. Unless Josh just comes in there and smacks him 3-0, which is possible. We've seen Josh do it before. So it's going to be a dogfight, I believe, but it's going to be close. I gotta give Dylan a little bit of the edge on that one.
Pops said he's got Webb. Pops Newman. He said he's got Webb. Right the hand says he's got Dylan. Let's see. All right, that's it for the chat. So who else we got?
Next, we got a new guy in our club. Nobody's ever heard of him because he's not from here. He's from Tennessee. It's only been pulling 8 months. I have set him up against Matt King.
He must be a badass. 7 months in, he's pulling Matt King. You must see something in this guy.
I'm throwing him to the wolves here, but he's super impressive. His name's Jordan Mahoney. Now, he's not 200 pounds. He's 290 pounds.
Oh, big boy.
Small frame. Big boy. He's unassuming. You would bet all your money on Matt King when you see nothing against Jordan, but he's a sleeper. He just has a little something. And he's the favorite in my eyes, left-handed. They're going both hands. Right-handed, I got it 50-50.
All right, that's an interesting one. I don't know the guy. And I have a saying, if I don't know you, you probably can't beat me. And if you can't beat me, you can't beat Matt King. So I'm going to go with Matt King, 3-0. Experience teaching the new guy. I don't care how big he is. I hope it's interesting. I hope they actually have some crazy battle where the guy's so big it evens it out. But I've been training with Matt. I am unable to pin Matt currently. He's also a little bit heavy, but his wrist is leveling up. His hand isn't that great. He's got skinny fingers. Like when you see his hand, my hand, it looks a little bit better than his, but his wrist, dude, is incredibly strong. Like it's strong as Artem's, maybe stronger. the wrist itself, and Artem's hand is probably stronger for sure.
Mhm.
Wrist. And when you're talking to a guy that's just starting and against a guy that has a wrist that's really developed, I think that's the edge. But you have a smile on your face that I wouldn't bet you money right now.
Well,
Yeah.
he's going to take it to a place where he didn't want to go, probably.
What's getting me is he's from Tennessee, and a lot of them boys up there are like mountain climbing strong. So
I haven't pulled Matt since like in a year and a half, and that's after a tournament. So I can't tell you what he feels like. So he could be outclassed Jordan, but I think Jordan's gonna give him a dogfight, even so. So we'll see.
And what's this guy's name again?
Jordan Mahoney.
Jordan Mahoney. I don't know. So we've never heard of him.
No.
That's going to be interesting then.
So basically what Josh is saying is we're fixing to have a new guy come into super heavies and just surprise everybody this year. If we can get him, if Josh can get him to come to tournaments, of course.
Yeah. I think he's just outside of the top 10 supers. Now we don't ever do ready goes, which we should.
Yeah.
So I have no idea how he's going to do under a ready go, but in a slow pull, he's really impressive.
Nice. All right, and next the main event, the star attraction, the reason everybody's driving, Showtime. Tell us about the main event.
The main event. So I had this crazy dude inbox me talking about set me up with anybody. I don't care who it is. Can anybody guess who that is on this call?
Sounds like somebody I know, yeah.
So Brandon said set me up with anybody. So I did. I found the biggest, baddest dude I could find in Florida that was willing to pull him. That's not champ style or, but so he is pulling the Alex Credential lookalike, Ryan North.
Yeah,
Brandon.
If you don't know who that is, you need to look him up.
Brandon, what are you thinking, bro?
Okay.
Well, what I'm thinking is that we're pulling in a barn somewhere, so it ain't the end of the world, and I'm gonna have some fun. And this guy might listen. All it takes is this. I'm gonna be real with you. He 90% likely just smokes me, and it's not worth watching. If he loses his hand one time, or he gets caught in a moment where he can't pin, it changes, and it turns into a motherfucking show. So let's hope he just finishes it and cuts my head off 3 times. Then it's nothing. No one cares. But it has the potential to be fun. And worst case scenario, I got to bless him with my presence.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say Ryan 3-1. I'm gonna give you one. I'm gonna say you'll surprise me more.
That's fucking up. If there's one and there's 3, I just want you to know that I promise you guys, if there's one, there's 3. If there's one, there's 3. If I get one, I will take them all from him because that means his hand or his biceps already compromised. When that big motherfucker blows up, it's a whole nother game. I'm not gonna blow up, dog. I'll be stronger in match 4 than I was in match 2 once we're warmed up. He's gonna be how heavy is he? 400 pounds?
No, he's like 6'3" or 6'4", 330.
330. Yeah, he's gonna be breathing hard. He's gonna be breathing hard. But I just want you to know
you trying to get that boy to blow up before they're ready to go.
I'll tell you something. I got the advice from Artem at that backyard bash at Trent's. We were getting deeper into the round or into the little tournament he did, and I draw Craig. He said, I asked Artem, I said, what do you think I should do with Craig? He said, just blow his hand up in the setup. I rewatched the video. I kept Craig in that setup for 7.5 minutes.
It was horrible. Horrible.
It was burnt up. 7.5 minutes. I kept him in.
It had been a tournament setting. Brandon would have been out in like the first 45 seconds.
Oh no, it would have been better. So let's see. I think that one's interesting. It's probably lopsided as hell. It's okay. People expect me to lose to 140-pound guys on this show all the time.
No, they're 150, 160 guys. Come on now.
Josh, listen to this, dude. They've been telling me how I can't beat
Dustin Hyatt or Dylan Burns.
So I hear about this Dylan Burns kid, and they're telling me he's like, well, this 140 guy. Well, suddenly I forget his name, and we're
Levi Knight.
Shit. Someone pops in the chat, and I'm like, oh, I'm like, this is him. So I roast this kid for 2 hours and break his balls about how I would smoke him. He's like a 140 guy, and then come to find out the next day, Trent's like, yeah, that wasn't him at all. That was just some guy trying to hop on the show. Oh no, but he was a savage from Louisiana, so it was great.
He's coming to Mayhem.
Look at these guys got me. I got a couple believers. They're kind of crazy believers. I don't want to tell y'all who they are, but they're believing in me.
We probably won't let you have a 7-minute setup, but
Whoa.
You beat.
I want to talk about this. Guys. I want to imagine a scenario here. Imagine I'm setting up, right? I'm 200 pounds. This guy's 330. This 330-pound guy. Now I want you to imagine me, I'm 200. So that's like me versus a 70-pound kid, my daughter. And I'm looking to the referee. He's on my thumb. I shouldn't care if my daughter's on my thumb. No, not right. So I want y'all to appreciate when that's unfolding, that you got a man 130 pounds heavier than me asking for another man to help him out. Now he might just shut and end it, but it always blows my mind when I see a super heavy gripping me and they need extra stuff. I'm like, you need more than the 100 pounds? Like, I'm asking for 3 centimeters on your thumb, and you're taking 50 kilogram of pure muscle. Which would you trade for? Let's be real. Which would you prefer in arm wrestling?
I'm not giving you a thumb.
So, hold on. You're reffing this?
I might be.
Oh my god!
He's not screwed.
If Josh asked me to, I will. Nobody's asked me,
listen,
but
at
they
my own
need
turn,
to.
Josh, at Florida State's, I walk up to the table and he's like, 1 foul. I just got here.
I gave him a foul right off the rip. And guess what? He didn't move a lick. He listened to everything.
Of course not.
It works. I do what works for me.
I was like the right guy for the job.
All right, my supporters are coming out the woodworks. I appreciate that. Let's talk about the setting real quick, guys. This is someone else's place. It's an open invite. We will post, I will share after this on the FAL page. Is this okay? Do you want to share the address, or should it just be in the groups?
No, it's fine.
So we'll share on the page. This is going to be the official FAL season warm up. Come on out. This is going to be a cool practice, but we are on someone else's property. So, are they going to be drinking? Are they going to allow beers?
You can
bring water.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. There's no smoking on these premises, I was told. And is this children friendly?
It is.
I'm going to have my daughter that weekend. So, just make sure when you guys come out, if we post this publicly or if we post whatever, y'all respect the place. I think an idea for a big super tournament, like 60-man class, it is awesome, because when you do only one loss, I mean, did you see how fast we ran through that tournament for the Battle at the Beach?
Mm-hmm.
It was instant. There was like 35 guys in the bracket, and it just went instantly because it's just one loss. It goes, 34-17 to 8 to 4 to 2 to 1. It's done. And double elimination makes it like 3 times as it gets fucking wild. But I think that's a real cool thing we should do. Maybe seed it by weight.
Yeah.
Where I seen an old NAL thing, one of Travis's old promotions, where they would have the whole bracket was seeded by weight, but the individual weight class winners were awarded at the final 4, because the final 4 only represented the bottom quarter, the middle quarter, so that was technically how the weight classes were split up anyways. until the final four, you weren't facing a guy further than 30 pounds outside of your class. But there's something to be said for that platform. I don't think it has a real place in competitive arm wrestling, but for practices and stuff, it's super cool because you've seen the last one we did. There was a bunch of monsters in there, and fucking Artem ended up winning it. And Matt King ended up winning. It's like 200-pounders won it. So I went to one that was at UAL and I got smoked, of course, instantly. Right. I was about in the middle of the bracket, like 200-ish, but at the bottom of the bracket was like Corey Miller and a couple super light guys. And then at the top of the bracket, you had like, I can't remember, some monsters. But it ended up being the finals were Corey Miller and John Brezink. I don't know if you've guys ever seen this. But it was really awesome because John had some wear on him and Corey had flashed everybody easily. And it just ended up cool. Like you get these two guys that would normally never pull.
Yeah.
So whatever y'all are comfortable with, I think just a cool practice through grinding it out is fun.
Yeah. We'll leave it up to we're there, right? So
yeah, guys, come on out too. This is a great big practice right before the season opener. Season opener February 4th, Spring Hill. I don't know if everybody's seen. We're giving away merch to the first 50 people that show up, the first 25 amateurs, the first 25 pros at the weigh-ins. The weigh-ins have specific start times. If you miss that time, you will need to pull in the different tournament. This is like jiu-jitsu. It's like wrestling. We make it, we're running it through. We maybe will make a couple, adjustments for you, but you need to be there on time. And if you want a free piece of merch, show up early, get in line. Everybody's saying this and that, we're giving out free stuff. So be there early. There's a ref seminar, February 4th, but this is the big practice to go to. I mean, anybody that's wanting to warm up, or a lot of you guys, new guys, amateurs that haven't been to a big practice or been to any tournaments, this is a cool spot to come to, mingle with a good group of people, see some teams, network. And that's what all these big things should be about. That's what I was talking to you guys in Jacksonville about. Y'all got 5 practices, man, and none of y'all really train with each other. I know you bounce around, Trent, and everyone kind of does, but y'all could have a mega practice up there. There's like 60, 70 arm wrestlers in North Florida.
Well, that's why I started doing the one at my house at least, once a year to try to get everybody together. And it ended up being a full state thing. And, now like Josh is doing one, and, we had the battle at the beach was kind of like the same thing. So I feel like, even with us having 10 to 11 tournaments a year, I may not have one this year, but I definitely want to start back to trying to have at least one big Florida practice every year, just to get everybody together.
All right, so I just heard that Brandon Williams wants to join the chat and make a call out.
Bring him on.
He's in the comment section right now. Let's see. Josh Miller has been dogging you this whole time, Brandon. You need to watch the replay. I just sent you a link. All right, let's let him get on here because I've been having both these guys in my ear playing matchmaker for too long. Yeah, the invite has been sent, Brandon. You can now voice your opinion. These guys constantly ask me, how could I do against him? And they're so evenly matched that it's a great match. It's a great match. I know that Josh has the edge in experience and probably raw horsepower. Only because Brandon's strong as powerlifter strong, but you're kind of built more for compact strength. You're shorter and thicker, and overall strength builds, girth is irreplaceable when it comes to sheer power output.
It's just a matter if I can get where I want to get.
Of course. And that's what I've told him. But man, I'd love for him to get on here. This match should definitely be happening. Brandon is terrible with basically the internet.
Daniel Worley is in the chat.
They just asked, can we get a translator for Trent?
I know I'm horrible.
I'm gonna have Joe Exotic on here translating everything that Trent's saying.
That's wrong, bro.
Is he out of prison yet?
I don't know. It's your
You need
damn
to-
uncle. You should know.
All right. Brandon. All right, Brandon can't figure this out. Brandon Williams. He is in the chat. He said, "Get me on this video. You've been sent a link. You need to download Zoom and then click the link. We got about 15 more minutes and we'll wrap this up. Brandon, make it happen. Get on here.
Brandon, you do not have to download Zoom. You can do it through your Safari if you have an iPhone.
Okay, well, I hope you're listening. He probably doesn't have an iPhone. What do you think? He's rich?
Well, he might be.
I was bored the other day, so I just walked up to these super rich white girls standing by the mall. I was just like, "Hey, do any of you guys have an Android charger?" They're like, "Oh, what?" Like I was the most disgusting person on earth. I didn't even need a charger. I just felt like pissing them off.
Yeah, believe it or not, I had an Android until
2009.
3 years ago.
Okay, that's when you hit the money working with Worley.
No, that's whenever I quit Ring Power and they took their work phone back. So I had to go buy me an iPhone.
What are you driving right now, Trent?
2021 Ford
Man,
F-150.
you always stay so clean, huh?
I've had it for over a year.
I know I work harder than you. I know I do. There's no way I don't work harder than you.
You
And
wish.
I ain't got shit compared to you. All right, let's see. Brandon's got to be getting on here.
Oh, I figured out who the 176er is that wants a match. It's Jameson Fullick.
Oh,
Man,
we just had him on the show.
last night. That's my dog. He was on the show last night.
So if y'all, I don't know how strong he is, but if y'all can figure out who's good for him.
Yeah, he's okay. He's a fresh. Brandon joined in the chat. Yes, this man once told me he could beat Brock Lesnar in a street fight. Dead serious. Get on here, Brandon. You better cut a WWE. What's up?
What's up, bro?
You put some beard dye in right before this, didn't you?
Beard done now. I still got the grays, man. The grays are here.
You know who you are? You're the Dan Bilzerian of Florida Armwrestling.
Hey, if I had 1/100th of his money, I'd be stoked about that.
Or
Jesus
100th of
Christ.
his girls, which he has 100 of, so you'd have one.
They're all fake. He pays for them. I don't want hookers, bro. I'm not into hookers.
Right, I am.
All right, what's good, man?
Apologize.
I can't see the rest of the people. Where's everybody at now? Hold on.
You got to adjust your view option up in the top corner.
I'm looking, man. I had to download. That's why I was gone for a second. I had to download Zoom to even get this to happen. What the fuck? I don't know.
All right, guys, so listen, while he figures it out, I'm gonna
Go ahead.
set the preface for this little.
All right.
All right, both of these guys are absolutely terrified of each other. I'm talking terrified. You ever watched a man walk up to the lady doing the brackets and be like, could you tell me who's in my class? That motherfucker ain't confident, right? The guy that says,
This is awesome.
just sign me, give me anybody, right? You just tell me who to pull. That's the guy. So
Yeah.
both these guys are monsters, but they're both so nervous about pulling each other that they message me like copy and texted messages. Hey, how do you think I would do against him? How did he do against Andre? And then they both know that your boy smoked the shark twice. That's why they call me the shark killer. I just didn't accept that nickname. Someone did offer that up, but out of respect to his brand, I left it alone. But they both are messaging, and it's a great thing because you guys, in a true sense, if you guys are both super competitive this season, which Josh is kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out sometimes.
Why? Josh, why you 1 foot in, 1 foot out?
He's got a family and a couple things.
Yeah, I'm a travel ball coach for my daughter's softball team. So we're
Come on, because he's a good man.
2
It's
weeks
not
a month.
you, Brandon. But if you guys were to face off 10 times, I believe it would be no worse than like 70, 30, 60, 40. You guys, at some point, you guys would be giving wins to each other, So it's not something where y'all are out of each other's league. I personally don't know who could win, but these guys have messaged me nonstop. I keep asking.
Prove it.
They act like they got to be invited to East versus West to arm wrestle. Okay, listen, gentlemen, y'all are arm wrestling.
What a salesman!
You guys are pulling at the practice.
Bro, if you saw
This
the
is the
messages
real-
between me and fucking Josh, you would see we're down to pull. We're gonna pull. We're gonna pull regardless.
Listen,
We're gonna have fun, man. It's gonna be a great practice. But it's not like we're gonna come into this thinking that there's $1,000 on the line that we're fucking pulling for, you know, the world championship. We're having fun.
You're not.
Yeah, we're having fun. We're gonna pull.
We're gonna have a super match.
We know that. Yeah.
Don't back out. Hey, don't be backing out, son. You scared? You know, this is playground rules. If I ask you to fight and you say no, I won the fight.
I feel like both Josh and I think that the same thing about this. We don't really care if we lose or win. We want to pull and do our best.
Josh just told me he'll run through you like a bulldozer.
Yeah, man. See, I feel like you're saying the same thing about him that you say about me, which is bullshit.
I'm just telling you.
Why the fuck did your glass just disappear? That was some weird editing shit right there, man. Speaking of people, Dan Blazarian, yeah, that was weird. What's actually behind you, Brandon?
You don't want to know. Don't want to know.
Speaking of which, y'all keep going. Do you think?
All right, so you guys got a pull. I know you guys are some pretentious type of what is this?
Dude,
Jesus Christ, you got
this caught me off guard with that shit.
Hold on, I gotta block his video. Jesus Christ.
Why? There's kids on this? Come on.
Right.
Are you serious? I have a medical card, you fuck.
This guy, that didn't look like marijuana. They definitely got a pull. Josh, I'm gonna tell you right now, you need to handle that. Don't let this
so we talked about it. We were saying, would we rather pull each other and blow each other up, or would we rather
y'all ain't gonna blow each other up? It's gonna take about 7 to 10 minutes. You're gonna butt heads a couple times, you're gonna figure it out, and y'all are gonna now know who needs to work on who. Who's scared of who? Tell me the truth right now. Brandon, you be quiet. Who's scared of who? Josh, is he scared of you? Tell me the truth. I'll stop his audio where he can't hear you.
I'm pretty sure nobody's scared of anybody.
He's scared of you? Brandon,
what's up?
You scared?
All right, so here's the deal. Let me tell you what the history is between me and Josh. I pulled a super match a little over a year ago. I pulled a super match against Matt Parker, and I tore up my flexors in my forearm. I tore some flexors in my forearm. I had some injury, whatever. I came back from that, and about 3 months later, I hadn't pulled it all. Hadn't pulled it all against anybody. And about 3 months later at the March tournament, I pulled after pull with Josh, and I could not move him. I honestly just was hitting a wall, and he had his way with me. And at the time, I thought to myself, well, he's just out of my league. And
Brandon, that's what he does to people.
Well, here's the thing, though. I was injured at the time, and I'm definitely, I was new in the sport. I was probably
You were
less than a year in the sport at that time, and I'm only about not even 2 years in right now. So I think I've leveled up since then. I think that he should have leveled up since then as well. Anybody who's working, and he's a gym rat too. So anybody who works out, and when you're working out, I don't care who you are. If you're working out and you're an arm wrestler, when you work out, you're thinking about arm wrestling. So you're doing things a little bit differently. You're fucking cupping a little bit more. You're doing everything a little bit differently when you're working out, regardless if you think you're doing workout or arm wrestling specific workouts or not. So it's going to be fun, man. It's going to be good. And we're going to pull this. Dane Sellers is coming too. I don't know if y'all know this. Go ahead.
Someone in the chat just said, if anyone ever answers, okay, so here's the deal to a question, then they are scared. That's literally what someone just commented. All right. What's it take to get a decent match out of you guys? Come on. What's it?
Hey, turn my video back on, first of all. I like to see myself.
I can only turn it off. I could never turn your camera on.
You're kidding me.
Can you imagine if I had that technology to turn people's cameras on?
I'm out.
I'd be in jail.
Brandon, you can turn it back on.
It says I cannot start your video because the host has disabled it. I cannot start it.
Damn, Brandon.
Well, sorry.
Sorry. That's okay.
That's just, there you go. Hey, I'm learning, guys. I'm on a stolen laptop.
Look at that. Look at that.
Y'all,
I just got home from a 13-hour day. I wanted to smoke. Y'all, give me a break. Y'all fucking judging me, making me feel like a social pariah because I wanted to.
They were asking me to let you off a timeout. I got you. Let's address. We got anyone in the chat, Trent?
So,
Oh,
hey,
got
I want to know
we
who
got
said that
Chad.
because I want to arm wrestle the motherfucker that said that. I'm
Okay,
scared.
hold on. Let me find his name. His name is
His
Arm
name
Wrestling
is-
CEO.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a CEO. He signs papers all day. I got him.
Hold on,
Got
let's go to. I'm gonna go to his channel, Arm Wrestling CEO. Yeah.
We got Garage Grinders in the chat. We got Chad Britton, right to hand.
Nice.
Yeah, he might smoke you, dog. You don't want none of this guy, Brandon.
Really? Hey, but here's the thing: arm wrestling's arm wrestling. You arm wrestle and you get beat. You arm wrestle and you win. It is what it is.
Nah, I'm just kidding. I don't know how it would fare. All right, man. We got to get a match between you guys. Let's do a little
We're gonna
best.
pull. Yo, I think this all
Yeah,
started
no,
with us
listen.
pulling.
Y'all spent like 2 hours each of my time. I'm invested. I've got to see an outcome.
Brandon.
I'm
gotta
going to
prove
wrestle
that.
a guy bigger than both of you combined. Okay.
Hey, Josh, what's your weight at right now?
He's 223. Look at him. Still.
What's your weight? Hold on.
215.
What is it?
15.
215.
215. All right, hold up.
And then I put my other foot on the scale.
Can y'all see that?
Of course
No.
we can. No.
252.2. That's where I'm at right now. Right.
Where
this
you
second.
at? Where you at, Josh?
I'm exactly the same.
Yeah.
He's 252.2
We're gonna
also.
pull. So we pull. How come
All right.
hey, someone who knows Zoom on the iPhone, tell me how to fucking see everybody in the chat at the same time. All I see is who's
Hold on.
talking.
I'll tell you, you go to the top.
Scroll
There's
up.
No, Brandon, you're wrong.
Just
Brandon, do you have three little dots at the bottom? Do you
Say
have
it
three
again.
little dots at the bottom?
You're
Just
damn
swipe
right I
your-
do.
Just swipe your
God damn
screen.
it. I got it. It's done. I had to swipe over. It's done. Thank you. Thank you, Trent.
You're welcome.
That's why you're the best referee in Florida, bro.
Hey.
Hey,
Right,
Chris
right.
ain't on this, right? Rasakis isn't on this? Okay. All right, good.
I think Rosakas would tell you that he used to be the best.
Yeah, right. He's lost
I
his
think-
step, I think.
Well, it's not that he can't. The endurance of standing there the whole time, I think, is what he's struck. He'll
Yeah.
tell you if you're tired, you're not reffing good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We're really gonna find out who the best ref is, because we got pretty much 2 levels of certification everybody can get to. So everybody thinks they're the best. I personally am a believer in Trent. I'm a believer in Chance. I'm a believer in Dylan. These 3 guys, I really like their reffing style. I like everybody else. I like Rutherford's style. I like Rusakis. John Wilson, I think, has the potential to be the dude if he was back interested, just because he's like a master ref. But these guys,
that's the big dude with the big belly. Tall guy, like arm wrestle sometimes.
No.
no, he's got all silver hair. It's fucking silverback.
John,
Yeah. Got a little belly, right? No?
the
I
Daytona.
mean, he ain't got a 6-pack, I'll tell you that.
Well, he's strong though, right? Like big forearm, big hand, like tall guy.
No,
Probably 250. No?
he's 250, but he ain't tall.
He's
6
probably
foot.
Brandon, how tall are you?
6'2".
Are you?
Yeah,
Oh shit.
that's right. Tighten up, fool. You ain't that.
I see
If,
y'all.
if you ask me my height, I will foul you your next 3 matches.
I
swear
got
to
you.
God.
I track you.
Trent,
Track you.
Trent,
Fucking
6
hustle
foot
strap
one.
me. Hey Josh, you heard that right? They're gonna try to cheat me already. They're already trying to cheat me.
All right, so we got them polling, guys. These guys are officially polling. What do y'all want? A best of 2 or best of 3?
Best of 2. What?
I mean, best of 3 or best of 5?
I mean, best of 3 because I want to pull. Hey, like I said, Dane Sellers is going to be there. I was already going to float the idea. If we got another
Oh
2,
no, I'm bringing someone for Dane.
I already tried
No,
to
hold
get.
on. Hold on. Time out. If we got 4 badass 242ers there, why don't we have a 4-way fatal?
Did you just make this scenario up off the top of your head?
Right now, we got me,
That
Dane
would be
Sellers,
why.
and fucking Josh already.
It's the weed, bro.
Well, because do you want me to explain why?
Maybe.
Real quick. The four-way, while it's a great idea, it doesn't really show much because each guy had a different opponent in the beginning. It's just like tournament arm wrestling. Like if let's say let's say there's 4 guys, but one of them is a lot easier and one of them's a lot harder. Those 2 guys face each other. The guy that's a lot harder is fresh as hell, and these 2 middle guys had dogfight. It's unfair. I'm just
like a tournament, though. It's just the luck of the draw.
Yeah, and that's fair too. Wait, listen, it's whatever really Josh wants to do. But you guys got to pull. Quit trying to get out of it, Brandon. That's another scared tactic. One more, and I'm kicking you off the show. That's it. That's a yellow card.
That's me. That's me offering to pull him and 2 other guys. So I don't understand how that's me trying to run.
Potentially, if you draw him.
Well, that's true.
Also giving you
I do want to pull Josh. We've already said that. We already said we're going to pull, even if we sneak off to the fucking side and pull after we pull other people.
No, we already talked.
We're gonna pull.
Why you keep talking about sneaking away? Quit sneaking away from the conversation, fool. Y'all arm wrestling.
What? You're so good with your words.
Beard oil up in there.
Say it again.
You just show or I'll go. Show up with the beard, trim your mohawk, get that AW shirt on and bring it. Hey, I'm also hosting a carpool that is not full of police officers like yours. It's gonna be smoking friendly.
Do I know police officers? Are you talking about me?
No, well, I'm just saying Matt King's car wouldn't be the funnest ride for me to drive.
Me and police officers? I don't understand what you're saying right now.
Listen, I was just saying too, I'm also hosting a carpool from DeLand if anyone wants to ride to it. No cops allowed. That's all.
Cops allowed. Tracking.
I want to ride with you guys. I just can't ride in that car with all them rules for 5 hours, 4 hours.
1 hour. We're an hour away from you, Josh.
You're right. You're gonna learn when you hit start.
Really slow over there.
Huh?
He's not an hour away.
Yeah, village. He's right next to the villages. The villages are like an hour, 10 minutes max.
I'm telling you, it's about an hour and 30, which is okay. It's not a rough drive.
I'm an hour and 20.
I think the closest of all these matches is Kevin Sams and Josh Webb. I'm not Kevin Sams and Josh Webb. Josh Webb and
Dylan Cobb.
That's the one that I actually want to see. Everybody else kind of, you kind of can tell who's going to win or who would be the large favorite. With Dylan and Josh, it's just kind of coin flip. So
is that closer than our match? Me and this guy here?
Yes, because you guys' match, in my opinion.
Wait, hold on. Then who wins? Who wins? Tell us who wins.
Hold on. There is no scenario where Webb and Dylan 3-0 each other. That won't happen. It's a high likelihood that one of you guys 3-0 the other one. That's what I'm saying. While they both will be dogfights and close matches, you guys are just kind of like 2 trucks hooking up. So when one truck's stronger than the other, it's just going to pull it every day of the week. Josh and Dylan are going to have a bit more of a dance. Like you know how to arm wrestle better, Brandon, as far as dancing and movement and setups and adjustability.
Thank you.
I think Josh has a stronger back pressure and potentially stronger bicep.
Hey, can I air something right now?
Sure.
Josh, you said you're going to try to top roll me. Are you being serious? You fucking with me?
I'm going to try to top roll you, and I'm going to hook you.
All right.
Yeah, that's why I brought you on, Josh. See? Josh messaged me yesterday. He said, I'm not really one of the type of guys that be on a show talking shit. I'm like, no, just come on, man. It's a fun time. Here he is.
Let me say this.
I didn't say he didn't when I top rolled him. I said I'm just curious to see what happens.
Hey, he's gonna beat the table so hard with your hand attached to him in the strap, going crazy. That's just the type of guy he is. You've never arm wrestled him, Brandon.
Oh, I have, but yeah.
He's a rude over celebrator.
Well, let me say this to Brandon.
You
listening?
He's a gentleman.
Do not pull him like you pulled Brita. Remember what I told you. You want to get all antsy and lose your hand and lose your arm if you're trying to hurry from pin. You got to be calm, cool, and collected because you had Brita beat.
Dude,
all day long. You had Brita beat.
You fucked yourself.
You fucked yourself on that match.
Yeah.
That's why I was repping, so I couldn't say him. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? He was completely compromised,
His
and you fucked up.
His whole comment section on the video of that he posted is people like, that guy saying relax is an idiot. I was telling him the whole time.
Well, I relaxed my hand instead of
You had
relaxing.
him dead to rights. You had him dead to rights.
Well, when you went to drive sideways, you gave him your hand. You didn't keep your wrist and your arm connected. You gave him your hand and just tried to fly, kind of just straight side pressure like Todd does. And you can't do that with Breida. That's the only thing. You had him dead to rights the whole time.
Yeah, and listen, that shit you went like this, and then suddenly like just tried. It was the most. This is no disrespect to you, but it was super amateur, like flailing around. Whatever you had decided, you should have done with slow pressure, because I know it felt like your hand was going. Even if he had got you here, but you still had your fist balled up, you would have still had a lot of arm connected, right? Like it looked to me just like as soon as your hand went, you abandoned it. And I do this too, right? It's like a scared tactic to think you're going to get a different angle real quick, and it never works, right? You end up with your shit completely cracked. And
what he done is he drove to the back of the pad, so his elbows in the back corner, and instead of sliding up and trying to get more cup before he went side pressure, he just went straight side. But his elbow couldn't go anywhere, so his hand, he just tried to go with a flop wrist kind of.
Dude, he just broke the internet.
I'll tell you both. You're close, but what I felt and what I see when I look at it again is that I had him in danger here, but I started to feel my hand go, and I wanted to get my hand back, so I drove forward just a touch. I kind of shot forward to try to get my cut back a little bit. When I did that, he was already pulling back. He just had his constant back pressure. So when I did that, I just took my hand away from me further, and he took my hand and my arm at that point. And I just tried to kind of dive in for some type of press. It wasn't there. So, but that's what I felt. I felt like I needed to get forward a little bit more just to kind of get my cut back and bring it back in, because I was just feeling it slowly losing it. It was, I'm just, honestly, man, I felt like I was out of my league there, and I was happy to do what I did.
You were. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah. So,
but you were definitely in that match for sure. I mean,
in the match, he had the match won. If Breida wasn't moving for a reason, if he had moved, he'd have lost.
No, he tried.
From my point of view, and I'm arm wrestler first, so I am watching the match. He was struggling 10 times harder than you were just to keep you from pinning him. Like you were definitely all offense, and he was just trying to hold on. If you'd have had another 30 seconds max in your gas tank, he'd have gave up. You'd have pinned his ass.
Yeah, he and I talked about it afterwards too, and he gave me some advice. So, but he can go either way. I think I've never seen Josh, bro. I've never seen you top rope anybody. I've watched some of your matches. I pulled against you there at that Euphoria March of last year.
He's trying.
You just took my hand every time and just hooked me in. So I haven't seen you try to top rope. I'm not gonna either way, no matter what, Josh. I'm not gonna expect you to top rope me. I just don't. I don't
think I've ever seen Josh top rope. Honestly,
I just haven't seen it, and I'm gonna hit the same way no matter what. So it doesn't matter. I expect you to just hit me the way you're strongest. I'm gonna hit you the way I'm strongest. We'll see who wins, right?
Well, if we do best of 5, I will try to top roll you at least once.
All right, well, then let's do best of 5. We'll give them that top roll option. Fuck it.
All right, it's a best of 5. And hey,
it's
y'all pulling
better arm wrestlers, man. It's a practice. This is not fucking championship or anything. So
you guys are pulling right-handed, correct?
Yeah. Right-handed, middle-legged. Best of 5.
All right, respect. Trent, you're gonna be reffing these matches. Are you going for sure, Trent?
Yeah, I'll be there for sure.
Who you riding with?
Me and Ashley are riding together. Bringing my girl with me. She comes over. She's my ride or die. She goes everywhere with me.
That's not what I meant when I said who you riding with.
What do you mean?
Me and Ashley. I didn't know if you were riding with anyone else from your team is coming down. I know.
No, I asked Austin. He said probably not. I don't know if anybody else is going to come. I know Josh. I think, of course, Josh is going to be there, but he hasn't asked to ride. There's a new kid that's been pulling with me and Austin. One named Brian Brandt. He's a 160 guy. He said he may try to come and he may ride with us down there, but I'm not 100% sure on that yet.
Okay, cool. Hey, I got good news for everybody. Tell your boys, tell everybody too. The merchandise has begun arriving. It'll be shipping out soon. I've got all the replica jerseys. Anybody that ordered a replica jersey, message me, get with me. If you need shipping, I'll ship it. If you're scared it'll get lost in the mail and you won't have it by the tournament, I'll bring it to the tournament for you. All the other stuff starts shipping out next week. Everything is going, we'll have all the merch day of, but anybody watching this, if you need your jersey and stuff, get your size before we get there. Day of, pre-order your size, ensure you have it. We will have jerseys for everybody, but I can't ensure that we will have a 3X for you unless you pre-ordered it. So get on there, get on the website. All this stuff ships out. Everybody should see their stuff dropping within about 7 days. Like I said, some people ordered multiple items. So if you ordered the single replica jersey, it'll go out within the next few days, but a lot of you got the free strap promo code and just different things. So if you have a package,
what's a replica jersey?
The replica jersey is the shirts, like the
t-shirt. Okay, I got it. Okay.
Right. It's the dry fit style shirt, but it's screen printed as opposed to the like silky sublimated ones.
Yeah, gotcha.
And actually let me see.
You got my jersey order?
Yeah, I'm sure we do. You messaged Chance about it, right?
No, you said you got me.
I got you.
He ain't got shit, Josh.
These are we can't see it. Does it pop up? No. It looks like the logo too much.
Bro, your whole body disappearing.
All right. Whatever. They're here. They'll all be going out. Yes, Josh, I got you. Let's see. Is there anything else we got going on between now and next Saturday? Guys, this is next Saturday. That's important too. This is January 14th.
It's this Saturday.
This Saturday, about 3 days from now. So if you want to be involved, make sure you get in touch with Josh. He'll give you all the details. We will post up the matches and the details on the FAL. We're going to call it the official FAL warm-up practice. So come on out here. Maybe we'll have some merch to give away. Maybe we'll bring something cool for the super match winners. Who knows? If I happen to beat Ryan North, I am buying everybody in there a beer.
Fuck yeah.
And
the arm wrestling CEO just said, I will make at least one tourney down that way this year. Who are the two best 242ers in Florida?
Josh Miller and Brandon Williams, and they're going to battle it out to see who's the number one.
No, so who is it? It's Breida. I mean, not Breida. Jesus, it's Wilton Brock and who's number two at 242?
Andre is number one at 242.
Yeah,
Brock's number two.
Brock is super heavies.
What?
Brock is super heavies.
No, he pulled Breida.
Yeah, off. Until I see him do that again. He's never been that light in his life that we've known him. He used to be 300 pounds. Looks like
you used to be 200 pounds. You're like 160 now.
Hey, your boy's at 210, son. 210, okay? Don't get it messed up. I'm still losing to 140-pound guys.
100%.
I've seen a memory from 8 years ago, and I realized I have lost all my gains. There was no gains made in 8 years. I'm smaller. We got Pops Newman says Little Newman will be there for any 154 guys. Hey, this is it, Pops. I got a match for Little Newman. It's going to be Mike Newman versus Jameson Follick or Fullerton. What's his name? Follick. Jameson Follick.
There you go. Sorry,
Jay. Set this up. He's a 176 guy, but he's a fresh pro. So he's not that big. He's not out of this world strong, but he's got a good little arm on him. It'll be a great test for Newman. And I would say Newman's the favorite 60-40. Favorite 60-40. That's my opinion on it. So there you go. We got more matches for him. If anyone wants to get a match when we get there, show up, talk to Josh. He'll probably square you up with a guy 130 pounds bigger than you and then still foul you out. It's a weird scenario, but it's likely to happen. But yeah, man, everyone invited. It's completely public from what I understand. Come on out and support it. This is the official FAL warm-up. And the address will be posted. Other than that, we're gonna wrap this up. We got anyone else in the chat real quick? Checked out. Nope, we're good to go. All right, yeah, guys, merch is coming out. Merch is shipping. Please subscribe to this channel. We need to get this channel to 1,000 so we can start getting super chats, monetizing it, all the little fun stuff with the live stream. This channel is going to blow up when we're running the live stream from it. So if you guys like and subscribe to it, that helps us a lot. Other than that, we're out of here. Have a good one. I told you to. Y'all be pulling each other at some point.
No shit. We're gonna pull each other like 10 times this year in tournaments, bro.
I'm gonna let them two bust each other's ass all day. Then I'm gonna grab a hold of Brandon just real quick, just flop him down. I'm gonna run in my car.